All right, guys. If you can hear me and see me fine, just let me know. Trying to get the everything set up. Loads of Bacon is going to be joining pretty soon. He just had to reboot his internet modem, so I can see your chats. So let me know. All right, sounds like you guys can see me fine, hear me fine. Is the audio okay? All right. Okay. So I guess while we're waiting for Loads of Bacon to join, I want to show you something I picked up at the gun shop a few weeks ago or so, I guess since the last chat. And this is the Raider pistol. So I'm getting ready to do some raiding and I needed a Raider pistol. It's made by Full.Lead Industries. And it actually came, this one that I bought came with a 223 or 5.56 upper, and I already have a short 5.56 upper, so I sold it to my friend for real cheap. And I put my 300 blackout upper on it, and I can also put my 5.56 upper on it. But anyways, just something kind of different. And I have not shot it yet, but it's kind of interesting because it uses a similar, instead of a buffer tube and buffer spring, it uses a little spring system that goes down and curves down into the grip of this pistol. And it's kind of like I think a Remington's 1100 type of recoil system. And so, yeah, I picked up this to play around with. Eventually, I want to SBR this lower receiver, and then I want to add one of the shotgun style stocks and put a nice big fat recoil pad on that stock, not this one, but on a future stock that I get. And then I can, you can actually low mount your optics. So instead of having your optics way up here, you can have them as low as you can get them, and you can get the right, you know, the cheek weld. You can get a good cheek weld with the stock that the other stock. So anyways, yeah, I want to be able to use that and then attach some of my weird high recoiling AR uppers, like a 50 Beowulf or the 458 SOCOM, and have just this nice snug recoiling lower. But anyways, it's kind of a goofy thing. I have right now, I think it's a 10 round magazine that's attached to it.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, Loads of Bacon.
What do you got there?
Can everyone hear Loads of Bacon right now? Not if you can hear him or type it. So anyways, Bacon, I was showing the guys one of my latest additions to my safe. It is the Full.Lead Industries Raider pistol. So it came with a quick detach sling, what do you call it, mount. So I went ahead and put this Magpul single point sling on it, and it's actually not too bad. I guess you can't see me or see the thing, but as if you put the sling on and wear it, it just hangs just fine. And then if you're going to draw it, then you push outward as you raise it up, and it actually kind of like how you'd push out against, like, say like an Uzi or one of those full autos with the sling. You push out and you can hold it decently steady. And I figured with the EOTech on it too, that would actually make it quite nice to shoot. So I'll do a video of this sometime when I get a chance to take it out and shoot a bunch through it. But anyways, little Raider pistol.
That's awesome. I don't know how practical it is, but it looks awesome.
so yeah. What have you been doing lately, Bacon?
I just came from resetting my modem. That's why I'm late. Trying to chat with you, and I did a speed test on my network, and it was crawling, and I have no idea why. So the first step in anything IT is always turn it off and on again, and that seems to fix the issue.
Nice. Well, do you want to tell us about your hog hunt? How that went?
Yeah. So I apologize to everybody. I'm going from making 2 or 3 videos a week to all of a sudden dead silent. I had a bunch of guys, either in the Reloaders Network on Slack or some emails and other things. Hey, are you doing all right? I appreciate that. Yeah, things are going well, but I've been super busy with things other than shooting or reloading, unfortunately. Life. But yeah, the hog hunt went well. Just glancing over here, see who's on. Is Ozark Spirit on here? I haven't seen him yet, but man, certainly appreciate the invite from that guy. Met up with he and some of his friends and a bunch of the family, and some of the nicest folks you've ever met. And we went out first thing in the morning. We hunted for 2 days, and the first day we went out, first stand we got on, there were 3 or 4 of us set up, and he turned on that electronic hog collar he's got, and those things, it's just a matter of minutes. They came flying there, and I got the first shot. So yeah, I got a little boar. He weighed probably about 90 pounds. Shot him with a 30-06. And I took 2 rifles. I took a 30-06 and I took a 44 lever action. And the first day we were hunting, I was told we might have a shot up to 200 yards. So I took the 30-06. I think I shot that hog at about 30 or 40 yards.
Oh, so it was a nice close shot.
It was. We saw some hogs a couple of times, but didn't put any more down. So if you've seen Ozark Spirit's video, the one that has 4 pounds of tannerite under it, the one that I shot.
Nice.
If you haven't seen it, you need to go check it out. Go over to Ozark Spirit's channel. If you're not subscribed, you should be subscribed to him and several others anyway. And check out he's already got one up. And the hog that you see running in get shot, I was sure on that one.
So that was with the bolt action 30-06?
What?
So the hog you got was, oh yeah, it sounds like you're going like a robot again.
It's going right. My network wants to screw again.
So here's a random question for everybody out there who's listening. Does anybody have an idea about how far a 22 long rifle bullet drops at like 300 yards, 400 yards, and 500 yards? If you do, type in the answer. I don't know, but I kind of want to find out. As you can see, I'm removing the scope I have on. It's a Mueller scope, and I'm removing it off my little Savage 22 that I have set up. And what I want to do is I want to see if I could hit a zombie head size steel plate at I think it was 500 yards is the challenge. So I am going to put a little bit better scope on here, and I'm going to see if I can do it actually. So I'm removing this Mueller, and I'm going to put on my Vortex 6 to 25 or 6 to, what is it? 6 to 24 power Viper PST scope. This is kind of a precision rifle scope, and so I'm going to put that on my 22, see if I can get 500-yard shots on target. And I've also been looking online at a couple of the, I think they call it extreme long range shooting, and they make these 150 MOA and 300 MOA adjustable scope bases. And so I was curious about one of those. They're pretty expensive, at least the ones I was looking at, but they were about $400 to $500 for this adjustable scope base. And I was thinking about selling something and getting one of those and throwing it on here, but also throwing it on my little shorty 12-inch barreled 4570 and just see how far I can accurately shoot slow moving rounds. And the cool thing about shooting subsonic rounds is that they don't ever slow down to the point of breaking the sound barrier and getting shaken a little bit in that transition. And so it's if you have enough elevation and you have a decent bullet that can shoot and stay stable at slow speeds, then you can actually put bullets on target consistently. So that's what I'm kind of looking into for the future. Maybe I'll have money this summer for it or something. But I think it would be sweet to be able to lob some 4570 pointy bullets out of that 12-inch 4570 Encore, and suppressed of course, but launch those and see how far I can actually hit stuff going, maybe 900 or 1,000 feet per second with, going with a 900 to 1,000 feet per second muzzle velocity. So anyways, I got to grab a tool real fast.
I don't know if you can. I'm having issues here, so I'm going to try and reboot a couple.
You're going to reboot everything? So, guys, this is the little 4570 Encore that I want to try and I want to, if I get that adjustable scope base, I think it'd be sweet to shoot some subs out of this and see how far I can accurately shoot them. I've lobbed some out to about 450 yards, if I remember right. And I was doing a Kentucky windage holdover for, I guess, for vertical. I don't know if that's not really windage, but so I was thinking it'd be pretty sweet to throw that adjustable base right here on top and then be able to have 300 MOA of adjustment. So anyways, that'll be something. If I can do it, I want to do it, but I gotta either sell something or wait till I can save up enough money for that scope base. So anyways, let's see. There's a lot of chats. Hang on a second. I'm gonna see if I can read some of the chats and catch up on these. So it looks like We have about 47 guys on right now, guys and girls. Right now, Loads of Bacon's trying to troubleshoot his slow robot internet voice. And so we will wait for him. Let's see. So Josue Guzman was saying to put the 458 SOCOM upper on that little Raider pistol. So on this guy, I actually might be able to do that, but what I'll have to do, let me show you how this thing looks on the inside. So for those of you who have not seen this before, all right. So this is what the bulk carrier looks like right here. So if I were to put the 50 Beowulf on, or the 338 Spectre, or the 458 SOCOM, then I'd have to take this apart, remove the bolt, and replace the bolt into this carrier. And you can see this little thing pivots, and it's curved down. And what it does is there is a hole right here, and it hits that little, I don't know what you call it, like a little buffer or something, but there's a spring inside here, and so what it does is it pushes that back, and that's how it manages the recoil and the cycling of it. So yeah, just a different kind of carrier. Oh, and just a couple other things about this. It has the regular 2 pins right there to take it apart, and it actually has a I forget what you call these, like a cross safety or something, but the safety is right there. It's like a traditional rifle safety, is what it is. And so the trigger isn't too bad on it. I think the first gens had horrible triggers, but these ones are not too bad. But anyways, let me see, catch up on some of the chats. So Fuzzfork 8 says, is anyone stocking up on reloading stuff since the gun control thingy? For me, no, I'm not really buying anything different than I normally buy. I already have enough mags and stuff. Nick J asks, are you buying any PMags? I personally have plenty of PMags and GI mags. I actually like the GI mags for just long-term durability. I think the metal almost lasts forever, but I haven't had any PMags go bad. But let's see. Oh, William C says 22 long rifle almost mirrors subsonic 300 blackout. That's good to know. So that will be, so Thumper 742 says that the 22 should drop around 30 feet at 300. That's a lot. So I wonder, I'd have to do some math on that to see how much MOA adjustment that is. But Let's see. Da-da-da. Scott Rosenthal says, never shot a 22 past 150. I think the farthest I've shot is about 175 or 200 yards. And believe it or not, that was with a red dot on my Ruger pistol. And it's funny because the red dot at 200 yards is a lot bigger than the target. And so I was just holding high and estimating, but I was able to hit at 100 yards. I can hit, a 9-inch steel plate with the red dot, 22 pistol rested. I can shoot it like 9 out of 10 times, sometimes 10 out of 10 times, just using whatever ammo. But I think with the 300 yard, 400 and 500 yard shooting, I actually bought some special 22 ammo. Hang on, I'll go grab it real quick and show you. So the 22 ammo I'm going to try it with is this stuff. It's the Wolf Match Target. And I've heard really good things about this ammo. Normally you think of Wolf ammo as like the crappy steel case Russian crap. But this stuff is not. It's supposedly some of the better 22 ammo, especially consistent, so that you get consistent ignition and powder. So priming and powder is consistent, so you get consistent drop at different distances. So, and it's subsonic. I think it's 1050 feet per second or something like that. So being subsonic, you can shoot it more accurately out at different, farther distances. So this is what I'll be trying it out with, and this is the gun that I'm going to be doing it with. Oh, just wanted to say, show Uncle Jim. I ended up picking up one of these little Chinese knockoffs of the fancy bipod, and put a couple O-rings in there to prevent it from spinning undone. But yeah, I figure I could throw this on some of my cheap guns or a 22 or whatever and just test it out. But I'm not a match shooter, so I don't care if it breaks when I'm trying to use it. I mean, it seems decently solid for something made in China, but yeah, probably not close to the same quality as the American made nice one. But yeah, I figured I'd give it a go, see how it goes. I have a 22 AR pistol, or not pistol, 22 AR that this would be fun with too. So gonna test this out, see how it goes. So oh, Totally Brown says second focal plane and adjust magnification to raise impact points. That's good to know. Unfortunately, I have this one that I was planning on using. This one is I think this one's first focal plane. Yeah, this is first focal plane. But we will see. Gonna look at the chats again. Shim the scope base is what James Pollard says, and that would be a good idea if I'm only shooting at probably one. Well, okay, I can see how that would work. I don't think it'll give me, I don't know if it'll give me enough vertical adjustment at, say, 500 yards with a 22, but I don't know. I could try it. Let's see what else. Ozark Spirits back. Okay, Nick J is asking if I can do 1,000 yards at my range. Well, my range, the public land, BLM land. I do have a place I used to go and shoot 1,000 yards, and I did that for a couple of years. My friends and I, my shooting buddies and I, we got into shooting longer distances, and I have a Savage 6.5 Creedmoor. It's the LRP. And then I also bought a Savage 7 Twist LRPV. It's a left port single feed 223, and I was shooting the 82 grain VLDs, I believe, and hitting 1,000 yards with like a case full of Varget, and seeding the bullets really well as far out as I could. So I did shoot 1,000 yards with that. The 6.5 Creedmoor was pretty easy. Like, it got kind of boring to, hit a steel plate at 1,000 yards. Well, given little wind or consistent wind. So, but that place got kind of busier, and they fenced off the way to drive your targets out. And so we went out there and we had to hike out our targets, and the guys only wanted to hike them out to like 800 yards because steel gets heavy. And so I haven't actually gone back to there for a while, but I do have a coworker who has access to some private land, and I could go shoot 1,000 yards or 1,200 yards or whatever. It's just going to be, I think it's like about an hour and a little bit drive. So I have a place I can go to shoot long distance if I want to, but it's a little bit more of a drive and more of an all day thing if I do it.
Can you hear me now?
Let's see.
Hey, Taco, can you hear me now?
So, I don't know if you guys saw, but I ended up getting another new mold. Surprise, surprise. And this mold is a 50 Action Express. It's one of the new group buys from NOE. And you can see these are some slick-sided powder coated and gas checked and non-gas checked 325 grain bullets. So I got that, and so I'm going to be casting and shooting casting and reloading for the 50 Action Express. Funny side note of the 50 AE is that I was at the gun range, the indoor range, and they had a bucket of 50 Action Express brass, and I asked the guy how much he would take for it, and he gave it to me cheap. And so I got like a half of a 5-gallon bucket for.
So what's cheap for 50 AE brass
or something? So I have kind of like a lifetime supply of 50 AE Action Express brass. So gonna be hopefully casting a bunch more with that mold and shooting with it.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
I'm jumping back in here. I'm going to turn the camera off and just go audio, see if that helps.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Hey, while I was resetting everything, I saw somebody's feeding the trolls, it looks like. Did we take care of the trolls?
I couldn't keep up with the chats. But hey, can you guys hear Bacon now?
Let's see. Are you in the YouTube chat at all?
I am.
There's a guy in there named A Very Original Person who apparently is so original that he's got everybody all excited.
I think that got taken
Maybe
care of, but
I think Ozark's a mod. Maybe he can take care of him.
yeah. All right, you should try turning on your video again.
I did for a second. It was all scratchy.
Okay.
I'm sure people like seeing your mug and your toys a lot more than they do my hands and my empty press.
Yeah, but then the camera's always on me. But anyways, so a little bit about this mold. So this one right here is the hollow point version of that same 50 Action Express mold. And the hollow points were designed such that we could get two different weights. We could get 300 grains and 325. And so what the reason behind that was I wanted a bullet that had common load data. And so these bullets, the bullet mold, they were patterned after the Spear flat nose 50 Action Express bullet. And so it has the same profile as that bullet. And then we just extended the bullet out to match 325, and then we put the hollow point pins to take out about 25 grains, and that gives us 300 grains and 325 grains, and those are in my Spear 50 Action Express reloading manual. That gives us the two bullet weights that they list. So I'm hoping to be able to use those, probably the jacketed starting load is just go from there, use that, and then see how it goes.
Is that the kind of the standard weight for 50 AE?
Yeah, I think they go 300, 325, and 350. But my Spear manual only has, I believe, I could check it. Yeah, they have load data for 300 and 325s. And then they have one for like a 340 grain cast bullet. But yeah, the bullet that I use is I've used the 300 and it's the gold dot hollow points, and then there's like a full metal jacket. And anyways, those are the bullets I've used in my Desert Eagle so far. But
you know, I've never shot a Desert Eagle. I've always heard that they're a lot of fun. They're a great gun, but they're not 100% reliable. Have you had reliability issues with it?
Mine has been reliable, but you do want to wear your safety glasses because the brass kind of gets thrown up and over you, and sometimes it doesn't make it up and over you. And I've gotten one right here where it gave me this nice moon cut on my nose. And yeah, so that's the biggest issue with that. That's one of the reasons I prefer the 500 mag over the Desert Eagle, is that the brass ejects when I eject it, and it doesn't come flying back at my head. So
Now, I know not all 50s are exactly the same caliber. Can you, those bullets that you're casting for the AE, can you load those in the 500?
you probably could load these in the 500, but you'd have to give it one heck of a strong taper crimp to make sure it doesn't walk, since it doesn't have a crimp groove. But I mean, if you're to, I guess they don't have a Lee factory crimp die for the 500.
Uncle Jim says that's not a half moon mark on your nose. That's a taco mark.
Taco mark, yeah. All right. One of the guys was asking for you to continue your update once I stopped yakking. I think that was JCM 45. So I'll take a break from yakking, and I'll let you go ahead and continue your update.
So I don't know how much came through about the hog hunt. Did any of that come through?
Let's see. We got to the point where I was asking you if you used your 30-06 bolt gun, and then couldn't hear anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was saying I was. It was a 30-06 bolt gun. It's a Weatherby Vanguard S2. Um, and yeah, it's not really set up for 30 or 40 yards. In fact, I had that sighted in to shoot about an inch and a half or 2 inches high at 100. But yeah, and I've got a loophole. It's a 3-9 by 50 on there, and I think I had it cranked down to 3 power. So I hit the hog, but I hit it high. And I actually we found the exit wound in the middle of his back, and we were looking all over for an entry wound. There wasn't one. That thing just caught him right in the spine.
So there was an entry wound, but not an exit, or there was an exit, but not an entry, or what? What was that?
The wound was entry and exit. That bullet came in, hit his spine. A few pieces went flying, and it just left a big crater in the top of him.
That's crazy.
So that
was the only hog you got that day?
We saw a few others. There were, let's see, the very next stand we went to, there was a couple real big hogs that came in. Nobody got a shot at that one. And then later that day, we had some come in. There were a couple shots fired, but no blood, no hogs. And that's all we really saw that day. We saw a couple coyotes, but no more shots. And then the next day, that's when I took my 44 mag lever action. We were trying to push some through the woods. We saw a lot of fresh sign. But the only person that got any shots that day was Ozark Spirit. I think if I remember right, he had 4 or 5 whitetail running full speed with 2 or 3 hogs right behind him going about the same speed. And he took a couple shots but didn't get any. I saw this whitetail later. But yeah, well, it was a ton of fun though. Yeah, we had a great time.
So you didn't get to make any bacon?
No, Ozark and Cup. I actually had to leave. One of the kids had a birthday and we had some family coming in town. So the second day I left early. And so I was not there for the Tannerite. I wish I was, but man, seeing that on Ozark's channel, again, if you haven't been over to Ozark Spirit's channel, you got to get over there and subscribe, but also check out that video. He's got some video of the hog hunt, and then as well that hog sitting on several pounds of Tannerite, turning into a big pink mist. And I haven't talked to him about it, but I'm guessing that some of those pieces flew several hundred yards.
Well, that sounds fun. Blowing up hogs with Tannerite.
Well, and the one that I shot is a boar. There's conflicting thoughts out there about eating the boars. They've got quite a smell to them, and all the testosterone and stuff. And there are people that'll talk about different ways to prepare them where you can't eat them, but there's a lot of people that shy away from eating the boars. And for those who are thinking, why in the world would you shoot an animal you're not eating? Those are people that have not seen the destruction that the hogs do to these farmers' fields, to the agriculture. I've got a couple pictures of just the destruction that these hogs are doing, and you know these guys have got horses and cows and stuff, and the hog is so destructive. Yeah, Ozark was saying 15 pounds of Tannerite.
Oh, that's one big boom. So yeah, and one thing I've read about is that they're like polluting the waters, like the little rivers and stuff. They're making them toxic.
Yeah, they're and they breed quite a bit. I think they start breeding when they're a year old. The sows do, and they have large litters. And people talk about animals breeding like rabbits. No, it's breeding like hogs.
So here's a question for all the watchers. What's the farthest that you have shot a 22? So hit a decently sized, I mean, say like 12-inch target or less with a 22. What's the farthest you've done?
PC Bullet Empire. It looks like Tim finally got his name changed.
Oh, is that Tim?
I'm thinking that's Tim Robinson. That's his name on the Reloaders Network.
Okay.
James Pollard says 150.
150. Totally Brown says 600. Preacher's Day Off 350.
Yeah, Reload Route. If you can claim it as intentional.
All right. So I'm curious about that 600-yard 22 shot. What ammo were you using, and what rifle, and what scope, and how did you aim? Like, did you have enough adjustment? I guess you said a second focal plane scope, zooming out and adjusting.
Says he did it on video.
And how many shots did it take you to hit it?
Is that 22 250?
So, yeah, curious about that. That's what I want to do. I want to shoot a 500-yard zombie face to get that challenge done. That those challenge zombie face targets.
Just so folks are tracking, well, Taco's been on for about 45 minutes. I think I've been on for about 5, but we're going to cut this thing at an hour and a half. So we got another 45. So if you're looking at a bedtime and got to go and whatnot, we're going to cut this off in another 45 or so.
Okay, so Totally Brown was saying 40 grain Ely second focal using accuracy circles went from 200 to 600. That's pretty sweet. That's what I want to do, and that's what I want to do with this guy, little savage.
I'm not sure I can hit 600 with my 30-06.
Yeah, I've actually been able to. It's funny. I have some shooting buddies who have their fancy guns and scopes and stuff, and they obviously haven't taken the time to dial them in and know the drop and whatnot. But I pull out some of my old military rifles, like my Swedish Mauser, and shoot iron sights out to about 600 yards, and hit it first or second try. And but yeah, it's iron sights are in some ways easier because you have, I don't know, your elevation adjustment without magnification is just easier. But
it feels a little more natural that way.
Yeah, I mean, as long as your eyes can see the target out there, then it seems like pretty decent to do. But
Uncle Jim's asking if I have a cold. Nope, but the mold and pollen count's up pretty high right now. We've only been fighting through 70 to 85 degree weather here.
Today was awesome. It was felt like spring was finally here. But I guess we still need a little bit more snow for our snowpack here in Utah.
I miss snow. I'm not from the South, but I'm in the South. I can live in the heat. I just don't like it.
So I'm curious too, Totally Brown, what scope were you using? And what magnification were you using when you did that FAR 22 shot?
Nick's asking where I am. I'm in South Central Texas.
"18 inches of snow in New Hampshire today." That's a lot of snow, man.
I've seen several people blaming some weather on Tim Robinson. I'm not sure they're wrong. Uncle Jim says market. Now, do they have to mark it with a UJ, or can they use their own initials?
All right, guys. I think it's time for a T-shirt giveaway. What should we do, Bacon? What should we do for giving this T-shirt away?
T-shirt giveaway.
Yeah, have a T-shirt giveaway. Well, I've got.
What size are you giving away?
I got a large Ruger T-shirt. This one. And I also have a 2XL Smith & Wesson T-shirt.
Who wears 2XL out there?
So I got an idea. So whoever is up for a Smith & Wesson 2XL T-shirt, post it in the chat right now. Just say, what should we have them say? Okay, you have to type Smith & Wesson. So Eagle Eye Shooting says, who's going to admit they wear 2XL?
We've already had 4 people admit it. So
okay, so I'm going to do a random drawing, and we will. You have to type Smith & Wesson. All right. Okay, so Bacon, you got to tell me who's in on it.
Nick J got an S&W in his comment. Let's see here. Scrolling. Yeah, where'd it go there? We've got Thumper 742. Steve D.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me.
Type faster, man.
Okay. So who all is in?
We'll throw Nick J in there.
So Nick J.
Thumper 742.
Thumper. What was it? Thumper what?
742.
742.
Steve D.
Steve D.
Preacher's Day Off.
Preacher's Day Off. All right.
JH. We got JH586SW.
Okay.
Lone Wanderer 360.
Okay.
How far do you want to go? Because a bunch of people found their keyboards.
Okay, let's go for a little bit longer. Just try and
Kyle
catch
Lusk. Kyle Lusk and Mike
Kyle Lusk.
Mike Treen.
Okay.
Ozark Spirit.
All right.
William Roy.
William Roy. All right.
Mr. Glamis 70.
Okay.
Kyle Lusk again. Let's see. Preacher's Day Off tells the skinny people to stop typing. Thomas Pickering.
All right.
Walter Bunning says he doesn't wear 2XL, so Ruger. 762 Sultan.
All right.
PC Bullet Empire. You can just put Tim if you want.
All right. I'll just put Tim. Okay.
Larry Palmer.
All right.
I think that's it.
All right. We're cutting it off right there. Okay. So we have about 15 guys, and we need to do a random number generator.
Willie Bell, Bullet Man wants to know where your K98 is.
It's in which one? I got multiple. I got 3 K98s. One's a German and 2 are Yugos.
Ozark Spirits says we're supposed to put in Charles Irby.
Okay, I'll put him in there real fast.
We have to. Ozark's a moderator.
Okay, so we got 1 through 16. All right, I'm going to move my camera so you guys can actually see my screen, hopefully. It's like, my cord's not very long. So, let's see.
But you make up with screen size.
All right. I'm going to try and hold this here and not wobble too much. And I'm going to hit generate. I'm going to hit generate 3 times, and then we'll see what it picks. 1, 2, 3. So 8. The winner is number 8, which is Mike Treen. So Mike Treen, you win the Smith & Wesson 2XL t-shirt. So if you want to message me on the, what's it called? Slack, message me on Slack and send me a private message with your shipping address, and we'll get that. And
hey, I'm going to pull a little bit of an audible here because Taco has no idea I'm going to do this. Taco keeps sending T-shirts to people and molds to people and whatnot. And he keeps covering the shipping and whatnot out of his own pocket too. If you look down at the very bottom, depending on what device you're at, this is a super chat. So if you want to help Mike send T-shirts to folks, just a reminder, it's a super chat.
Yeah, send other people their prizes, right? Okay, so that took too long. So for the Ruger t-shirt, I'll just do the first 5 people who type Ruger, then I'll do the same thing. But so go now, type Ruger, first 5 guys, and we'll pick randomly out of the first 5 guys.
The first 5 guys were all Mike Treen. No. This was a large shirt, right?
This is a large.
Uncle Jim says Ruger T.
All right. So Bacon, what are they?
Uncle Jim.
Uncle Jim.
Curtis Chapin.
Curtis Chapin. Right.
Kentucky Patriot thinks I'm going to do a 1911 giveaway next, but he is sorely mistaken. So Nick J is number 3.
Nick J. All right.
Thomas Pickering.
All right.
And
Last
Steve
one.
D.
Steve D.
Steve D.
All right. Okay. Let's see. I'll get this ready. 1 through 5. I'll grab the camera. Sorry about the shakiness. Don't get car sick. Okay. Hopefully you can see it. Okay. So we got Uncle Jim is number 1. Curtis Chapin is 2. Nick J is 3. Thomas Pickering's 4. And Steve D is 5. So we'll do 1 through 5, and I'll hit generate 3 times to pick. So 1, 2, 3. All right. Uncle Jim wins. So number 1, Uncle Jim.
Awesome. And Eagle Eye, appreciate it, brother. He threw $20 and said he'll throw in another 20 if Al Nelson shows up.
You know, I tried to get him to come this time, but he is just hammered. That guy works crazy hours. He comes in early in the morning and he works till nighttime, till it's dark. So he said, unfortunately, he could not make it, but he did send his love, and he gave me a couple molds to give away for this chat. So we will be doing a giveaway on the molds. I got to try and figure out how the best way to do that is. But yeah, thanks Eagle Eye Shooting for that $20. that'll cover shipping for some of the stuff. Bacon, do you have an idea of how to give away the molds? So just to let you guys know, I have several molds to pick from, and what we could do is we could pick a couple winners, and then in the order that they win, I will let them know what their options are, and they can pick, and then the next winner can pick afterwards. So
since this is the taco channel, I'm half tempted to suggest people write haikus, but I'm not sure. I don't want to spend all night reading poetry, so.
Let's see.
Walter Bunny has an idea. He says just give the molds to him.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? So New York City Reloader did a super chat. Thanks for $20. That'll help cover some more shipping.
Hey, speaking of, if folks aren't aware, New York City Reloader has a great YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, both of those guys, Eagle Eye Shooting and New York City Reloader, they have pretty awesome YouTube channels. You should check it out. Oh, and so off topic of the mold giveaway, I did want to show. So I ordered a bunch of Starline brass, and I ordered some 10mm Magnum brass so I could make my 338 Spectre, sizing that down to that. And they sent me regular 10mm brass, and I let them know that they sent me the wrong stuff, and they went ahead and sent me a t-shirt. So another good example of awesome customer service from a gun company. I don't think there's any kind of customer service like gun companies do. So we're just living in some good times with good companies and good customer service. The other thing I wanted to do real fast is I got this package from my buddy Kyle Lusk, and as some of you,
totally.
What was that?
Oh, totally signing off. Tell him have a good night.
Kyle signing off?
Totally.
Oh, totally. Oh, yeah, he's back east. Sorry about being so late, but thanks for tuning in. I'll have to catch you later on some tips on 22 shooting long distance. But anyways, I got this package from Kyle Lusk, and he sent me this pretty awesome hat right here. It's a Peterbilt
Speaking of, he just threw some money on the super chat too.
Oh, nice. Thanks.
As did Larry Palmer, just threw in $20.
Sweet. So I'll show my camera. I'll make you guys throw up again with the stuff. But as you can see, I have kind of like a hat collection on the top of above my reloading bench, and I actually have several other hats that I like to wear. But yeah, he sent me a care package with this Peterbilt hat and a bunch of different bullets. He got me some powder coated Lee 9mm 124 grain bullets and some Lee 230 grain round nose bullets, some 40 cal uncoated bullets that I'm going to coat, and some 40 cal bullets that are coated. So and sent me a cool patch, but and a little bit of frog lube. So I just wanted to say thanks, Kyle Lusk, for that awesome care package, and you guys should all check out his YouTube channel. He has a pretty new YouTube channel and has been putting out some good videos. So
that's awesome.
Check out his channel.
Mike Treat says, doesn't show a $ sign on the phone. I've looked at chats before from, I think it's Apple devices. And you can't do the super chat from those, I think it is.
Oh. So Kyle Lusk put in like 1998, and then it like says $1.99. But and Ozark was asking if frogs need lube, and I guess they do. So no, frog lube's a pretty good lube. That's I'll have to test that out on some of my stuff. So yeah, definitely check out Kyle Lusk, his channel on YouTube. And yeah. Oh, another thing real fast. So I picked up this one. This was a bullet I drew up for a group buy. It's a 338 bullet, and it's 315 grains. So this is going to be, I'm going to make some subsonic ammo with this in my 338 Spectre. And that should be fun. But yeah, those 338 bullets cost a lot of money when you're, I mean, it seems like kind of a waste when I'm shooting these 300 grain, like super nice, 338 Lapua Magnum bullets in a little short stubby case, only going 1,000 feet per second. So
still a bolt that big and that heavy should hit with some authority.
Yeah, and that 315 grains, that's a big bullet. So I'll have to do some subsonic long range bullet lobbying and see if I can hit some steel plates out there a little ways. But yeah, I've also been working on some 277 Wolverine stuff and trying to get some good loads and working on that. The 277 Wolverine NOE bullet's a little bit short and stubby, so I gotta play around with that one and see if I can get it to work. But yeah, so all the guys here, I guess Josue Guzman, he just sent a super chat. He says enjoy some bacon tacos on me. So I will definitely buy some tacos with some of that money. I love tacos. So thanks for that. Kyle Lusk, he figured it out, I guess. He sent 1999. So thanks for that. And I was just gonna remind guys, I guess viewers, about I don't want to be like a beggar and begging for money or anything, but I'm just gonna throw this out there that both Loads of Bacon and I have Patreon accounts set up, and there are a few perks, at least with my Patreon account. The different levels, I think there's like $1 a month and $5 a month and $10 a month, and the ones that are 5 or 10 on my Patreon account, I do offer some of the stuff I don't use anymore. I offer it to them like really cheap, and sometimes I come across really good deals and I buy extra stuff. So that's just a perk for signing up to donate like $5 a month to my Patreon account or whatever. So go ahead, check that out. Check out Loads of Bacon and my Patreon pages and see if it's something you want to do. But Jeff, I'm not asking for everyone to go like sign up and donate and whatever. It's just if you want to. It helps us out.
But it's blown me away the support that I do get over there. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Jeff Huntley threw in $2, says seventh tries a charm.
Thanks for doing that. We got to figure out this mold giveaway.
Think on that for a second. I'll answer measuring grains here. He wants to know where Bacon's videos are and what's the best way to get in touch with. I haven't had much in the way of videos lately. Well, let me answer the second question first. Best way to get a hold of me is probably through the Reloaders Network, through Slack. If you're not familiar with that, go to thereloadersnetwork.com. It'll take you through some steps to register for an account with the Reloaders Network, which is on Slack. Great communications platform. Also, private message on YouTube, email, all those things work. I have not been busy at the reloading bench lately. I'm hearing a lot of feedback. I think it's coming back through your mic. There's too many mics in there. But my employer has asked me to do some work for the next several months. Well, going to involve a lot of travel, a lot of that overseas, and so there's been a lot of preparation for honey-do list, getting stuff done around the house before I take off, as well as work-related preparation. So, yeah, I have not been doing anything in the way of videos or shooting. I went to the range a couple of days ago for the first time in several weeks. So, yeah, that's right. I'm not hiding. Didn't fall in a hole after the hog hunt.
All right.
But
I have an idea. So in order to get entered into the bullet mold giveaway, I think we'll do 3 molds that we'll give away. So one of them, you have to go to the Slack Full.Lead.Taco channel and just say I'm in, and that'll get you entered in for one of them. The second one, you got to go to Loads of Bacon's Slack channel and say I'm in, and that'll get you entered. And the third one, let's see. All right, the third one we'll pick tonight, and so the other 2 molds we will pick tomorrow at like 3 o'clock or so. And
the first I'm seeing on your channel is from ZYM Guy.
All right. Okay. So all the people who say I'm in, they'll get entered into a drawing. We'll do a random drawing that way again. And okay, so the to win this third mold, I guess you have to type the last line of the haiku that was on my channel recently.
The ZYM Guy, I think, was the first on my channel too. So the second one was the Reloading Room.
Yeah, so you guys don't need to, in order to enter the mold giveaways, it's not saying I'm in right now in this chat. You have to go on the Slack channels, and the Loads of Bacon Slack channel and the Full.Lead.Taco Slack channel. And so for those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, you just go to, what is it called? The
reloadersnetwork.com.
The reloadersnetwork.com. And then both Loads of Bacon and I have channels there.
With you know what we do, but there's right now we've got about 25 or 30 other YouTubers that are on there, and it's growing. That's YouTube content creators. We're probably approaching 180 folks in total that are on there at the moment, and I expect that to grow a bit.
Okay, so we're still waiting for the I guess the first winner is the one who types in the last line of the haiku that I just posted.
Here's a hint, it has 5 syllables.
Yeah.
Hey, while folks are doing that.
Okay, it looks like Josue Guzman won.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, new bullets are born. That was it. Someone was close. Reloading Room said the bullet is home, but that was close, but not close, but no cigar. Okay, so we got one winner for a guaranteed winner. of a mold. Josue Guzman, I'll talk to you later and figure out which one you want. And then we'll pick the other two at 3 o'clock my time, which would be 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Pacific, I think.
Sounds
So
good.
you just have to type "I'm in" on the Slack channels. So
anytime up until then?
So anytime up until then, we'll get you in there. So
Preacher's Day Off says join Slack. It's so easy a preacher can do it. Votes for Freedom and Liberty. You did not miss it. Well, you missed one of the three. There's 2 more votes being given away.
Yeah, so you're not too late for 2 of the other mold giveaways. You just have to join Slack, go on Loads of Bacon's channel and say "I'm in," and then go on my channel and say "I'm in," and that'll enter you into a drawing for 2 different molds. So
hey, speaking of, there's a bunch of other folks that have YouTube channels. I mentioned that I'm about to be out for several months. I've got a few videos that I'll be posting during that time, but I'm looking for a few folks that want to make some videos, a video or two that I can post on my channel. Basically, make a video like you would for your channel. Let me post it at mine so the people that watch the Loads of Bacon channel see your stuff. I figure it's better advertising than just a shout out. If you're interested in that, get a hold of me, whether it's on Slack or email or whatever, and we can work out the details of how to get me the video, and I'll post it.
all right, so yeah, get a free appearance on the Loads of Bacon channel by contacting Loads of Bacon and make a good video though. Don't make a crappy one.
Well, yeah, make a good video, but don't feel like you have to make a bacon video. Make one of your videos so that people see it and know whether or not they want to come view your channel.
That's a cool idea though. To get some people, smaller channels, more notoriety, and then keep your channel going. So
yeah, I have found there's some great channels that have a lot of subscribers, but I found that subscriber count often doesn't relate to the quality of the channel. There's some outstanding channels that only have 20, 30, 100 subscribers. Uncle Jim says, even Uncle Jim? Well, yeah, brother, if you can figure out how to work your internet. Well, you got that fixed, so I think you should be good.
he just has to hook up the generator to get his internet working. Get the hamster running around.
William C. Chapman, Curtis, if I remember right, he's got one video out there. Says he might be with that. Absolutely, brother.
And
Nick J says, tried to use the Slack, not successful. Get a hold of me, Nick. I've walked a few people through it. It takes a couple tries maybe to get in there, but once you're up and running, it's pretty easy. You can get a hold of me at Loads of Bacon, but the A in bacon is a number 4 at gmail.com.
Lone Wanderer 360 was wondering what the workspace address is for Slack. Our reloading network. What was it called?
What's he asking?
Okay, it's called reloading.slack.com.
Oh, yes.
So.
And if you can't remember that, the reloadersnetwork.com has a link to it. And if you don't have an account, reloadersnetwork.com will walk you through the steps to establish an account. But yeah, if you're just going to the Slack app and it's asking you what your workspace is, it's reloading.slack.com.
So before we quit, I had this idea that I wanted to do. since I'm doing a bunch of casting with these 50 Action Express molds, I was thinking about doing a video where I shoot 50 random or different items with the 50 Action Express. So if you want to throw an idea in the chat window, then I will try and shoot what you say in my video of 50 things shot with the 50 Action Express. And William C. Chapin was asking, do you still have the NOE discount code available? Yes, it's FLT001, and I think it's 10% off. So
the reload room was asking if he's thinking about putting 1,000 feet per second 45 LC load out of a Henry. Do you think plain base will hold with the powder coat, or should I get the mold as a gas check? Plain base will work just fine.
Yeah, plain base should be totally fine with 1,000 feet per second. So.
In fact, as long as your bullet fit is good, I wouldn't do it with the 45 LC. But most bullets, I'd say, without a gas check, you should be up to what? What do you think, like 1,800, 1,900 feet a second?
Oh, I don't know.
It's case by case, but
it's case by case. And some people will push these powder coated cast bullets out really fast, and fast enough that they are not accurate, but they don't lead.
Yeah.
So yeah. So most likely you can get them cooking out of there as long as the bullet fit is good. But
I've gone 1,700 plus with a 200 grain bullet in my 44 mag revolver, and it was plain base.
I did that video on the 30-06 pistol, and I was sending those out at, what was it, 2,100 feet per second out of a 30-06, and they were just powder coated plain base bullets. They were cast kind of hard, a little bit on the harder side, but you know, so that, just to throw that out there. But it is a case by case basis. Your twist rate comes into effect. Like if you did a Google search for cast bullet RPM limits, that would give you a good idea on what you should expect of velocities with cast bullets. Powder coating wise, that changes things a little bit, but I'm not sure how much. Not enough people have done enough testing, I guess, to give definite numbers. So
I just had somebody send me a private message on Slack. Direct message says I'm in for the mold. Throw those into the YouTube, the YT dash Full.Lead.Taco and YT dash loads of bacon channels there.
So, all right. William C. Chapin says 50-cent piece at 50 yards with the 50 Action Express. That's some dang good shooting. I don't know if I can do that, but I don't know. Maybe I could try it. I might have to put like a red dot on it and for that. But let's see.
Lone Wanderer 360 says he needs an invitation to join the workspace. Go to the reloadersnetwork.com and hit there's a button there for joining, and you will it'll ask you to enter your email address. You'll get the invitation that way.
James Pollard was saying he does 1,900 feet per second without a gas check
on both 223 and 30 cal.
Yeah. James is going to be playing around with 100 grain 223 bullet and see if he can get that going around 1,900 or so.
Good night, Thomas.
Yeah, good night, Thomas. Yeah, James, you'll have to let us know how that slick-sided 223 heavy bullet goes.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
really
interested in
curious.
that too.
And Bullets for Freedom was asking if I am shooting the Steel Challenge in St. George this month. The answer is nope. I have my daughter's basketball games on Saturday. But yeah, I'm a pretty busy guy with work and family stuff. I got 4 kids from like about 8 to 12. And now that they're doing sports and stuff, it just gets busy. But
between your schedule, my schedule, that's why we can never actually find a decent time for a live chat.
yeah, we do it super late at night, or it's like Saturday in the middle of the day. But yeah, no, I'd love to do competition shooting, but right now, just with how everything's going, it's hard enough for me to just go out and shoot. And when I do go out and shoot, I shoot for a long time, and because I build up all my stuff I need to test, and then I go out there with tons of stuff to test, and I shoot for a long time if I get a chance to. So James Pollard says he's waiting for warm weather. Charles Irby says a small propane canister at 100 yards with a lit road flare taped to it. Can't do that on the public land or the BLM land here in Utah. They'd for sure ticket you.
That could be fun.
Maybe on that private property.
That could
That
be fun
sounds
with paint
really
cans
exciting.
too.
But let's see.
Take a paint can with a road flare taped to it. Those are fun too, especially for like shotgun. You can throw them up in the air like a clay pigeon.
You know, one thing I've wanted to try is get a paint can, fill it with water, and then with the Desert Eagle, and shoot the bottom paint bucket, and then have like another paint bucket on top of that, maybe a smaller one. And so you shoot the bottom one, and it'll flip the top one up, and then try and shoot the top one while it's in the air. That's what kind of want to try that sometime. We had some friends, they were shooting the bottom with a slug, and then someone else was shooting the top one. But I think it'd be cool to be able to shoot both, like shoot the bottom and then the top while it's in the air. But I don't know if I could shoot that fast with the Desert Eagle.
How many rounds does that Desert Eagle hold?
I think it's like 7 or 8. I actually haven't shot it in a long time. It's kind of a novelty gun, and I mean it is, but it isn't. Like you could use it if you wanted to, but for me it's a novelty gun because if I want something 50 cal and powerful, I just pull out the 500 mag or something like the 50 Alaskan. But the Desert Eagle, it's fun. It's just like I said, I don't like brass coming back towards my head, and it doesn't do that every time, but sometimes it does.
I've got a buddy that has a 44 mag Desert Eagle, and I need to get my hands on just to play with it.
Yeah, the 44 mag, I've heard that people really like that one, and it doesn't kick too bad. The 50 Action Express kind of flips up. You get a little bit of muzzle flip on that, and I don't know. Maybe if I throw like an EOTech on it, then I can get back on target fast.
Hey, we're coming up on time. Anything else you want to cover before we sign off?
Just a reminder for you, the people who are still watching, to go ahead and go on Slack and sign up for the mold giveaway, and go on the Loads of Bacon channel on Slack, and then my channel, and just say I'm in, and we'll enter you in, and I'll draw the winners tomorrow and try and get a video posted tomorrow for that. So do you have anything else, Bacon?
No, Scott Rosenthal is saying that he has a friend that rode his motorcycle around with a Desert Eagle. Got a few looks.
Yeah, I think you would. But that had to be one heck of a holster.
Maybe he just held it. No, again, I appreciate the guys reaching out, making sure I was all right as I just disappeared. And again, the next few months will be a lot less of my own videos than normal, but I'm looking forward to giving some visibility to some other guys. So if you're interested, again, get a hold of me. Let me know. We can sort out and whatever topic you want to cover. Yeah, I'm not looking for specific topics. I'm looking to build this online reloading community. So if we can get some exposure to other people's channels, that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I think
I've got a hog
I
hunt
think
video
it's
coming up soon.
what was that?
I do have that video just about put together from the hog hunt. I will have that up soon.
All right. Well, I think I'm ready to go to bed. So about time to call it quits. So anything else you want to say before I cut it?
Well, I normally tell people when the next live chat will be. I don't know if while I'm out and about gallivanting across the world, if I'll be able to do live chats or not. We'll sort it out. Might be able to. If not, I say just do some taco chats, and sometime probably this fall we can pick it back up.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. So until next time, we will, I guess, go enter into that bullet mold drawing, and we'll see how that goes. So New York City Reloader says, you didn't tell us that you love us, Full.Lead.Taco. I love you guys. Talk to you later.
Night, everyone.